There is a common understanding that the prime age for a footballer is in the mid to late 20s. Some legends, however, ignore this rule completely. They don't just maintain their level after 30, they get better. And the phrase, age is like a fine wine, is the least you can say about them. So let's take a closer look at some of the best footballers who took their careers to the next level after the age of 30. Yeah, it's no surprise that he's the first name on our list, because even at 36, he's killing it for Barca under Hansi Flick. And speaking of the German maestro, it was Flick who unlocked the post-30 beast in Lewandowski. Don't get us wrong, of course Lewandowski was a prolific goalscorer before that. His 4 goals in a game against Real Madrid came when he was 25. The 5 goals in 9 minutes came a few weeks after he turned 27, but then came his 30th birthday, which transformed his career from world-class to legendary. At 32, he had his best season ever, scoring 55 goals in 47 games, as Bayern won the historic 2020 sextuple. He was a first favourite for the Ballon d'Or, but unfortunately France Football cancelled the award that year. He continued to dominate after leaving Bayern for Barcelona at the age of 34, winning La Liga Golden Boot in his first season. And now in 2024-25, a couple of seasons after his biggest rival for the best number 9 debate, Luis Suarez and Karim Benzema are long forgotten in European football. Lewandowski is on the verge of his best individual season, with 32 goals midway through the campaign. And with Barca topping La Liga, qualifying for the knockout rounds of the Champions League, and facing Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final, could Lewandowski get his revenge for being robbed for the 2020 Ballon d'Or? For most of his career, Karim Benzema was seen as the perfect team and individual player. Technically gifted, unselfish, and the ultimate link-up striker. But before he turned 30, he was never the main man. Playing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema sacrificed personal glory for the team and was often criticised for his lack of goal-scoring prowess compared to other elite strikers. Then in 2018, Ronaldo moved to Juventus and everything changed. At 30, Benzema finally stepped out of the shadows to become Madrid's undisputed leader. His goal tally soared from single-digit league goals in 2017-18 to 44 in all competitions in 2021-22, along with a respectable 15 assists. That season at 34, he led Real Madrid to a La Liga and Champions League double, scoring 15 European goals, including back-to-back hat-tricks against PSG and Chelsea. Not only that, but a few months later, Benzema became the oldest player to win the Ballon d'Or in the 21st century, aged 34, 9 months and 29 days. That record was broken just a year later by Lionel Messi, but that 2021-22 season was really the one that elevated Benzema as an all-time great. Defenders rarely get the spotlight, and this is the very fact itself. The last player to come close to winning the Ballon d'Or was Virgil van Dijk in 2019. However, the last defender, and actually the only pure defender in the last 49 years to win the award, was Fabio Cannavaro in 2006, at the age of 33. Before that, defending the colours of Italy's best clubs of the time, Napoli, Parma, Inter and Juventus, Cannavaro was a respected centre-back with honour and leadership, but never considered a global superstar. But then came his moment of glory. Since Paolo Maldini retired after the 2002 World Cup, Cannavaro became the first player, not named Maldini or Franco Baresi, to captain Italy. As for his legendary fellow centre-backs, they were often overlooked by the Ballon d'Or voters because none of them ever won the award. But, well, their successor as a national team captain, Fabio Cannavaro, won the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or to pay tribute to their immortal legacy. Amazingly, Italy conceded just 2 goals in 7 games at the 2002 tournament, 1 own goal and the other a penalty. Cannavaro was an absolute wall, dominating the world's best attackers with his reading of the game, anticipation and composure. His performance in the final against France, which was played in Berlin, earned him the nickname Il Muro di Berlino, which means the Berlin Wall. Here we have another Italian maestro who reached his full potential at the age of 30. The Juventus Pirlo was a different gravy. He led the Bianconeri to 4 consecutive Serie A titles and completely redefined the role of the deep-lying playmaker. His vision, passing and ability to dictate tempo made him one of the most influential players in world football, even in his mid-30s. At 36, he also played a key role in Juventus' Champions League run in 2015, proving that form is temporary, but class is permanent. As one of the greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo was a global icon in his teens, then in his 20s, then in his 30s, and even now, eager to reach the 1,000 goal mark at the age of 40. By the time he turned 30, which was more or less a decade ago, Ronaldo had already won the Ballon d'Or 3 times, the Premier League with Manchester United, La Liga with Real Madrid, and the Champions League in red in 2008 and in white in 2014. But while most players start to decline in their 30s, Ronaldo did the opposite. He evolved and became even more lethal. At 31, he won the Euros with Portugal, arguably his favourite trophy of his career. A year later, he delivered one of the most dominant Champions League campaigns ever, scoring 10 goals from the quarter-finals onwards, including a brace in the final against Juventus. That season, he won his 5th Ballon d'Or and led Real Madrid to an unprecedented 3-in-a-row win in the Champions League, 2016 to 2018, something no club had achieved in the modern era. Then, at the age of 34, he won the Serie A MVP with Juventus, proving his goal-scoring prowess in an entirely new league. As if that weren't enough, at 36 he won the Golden Boot at Euro 2020, beating players nearly a decade younger. Now in his 40s and enjoying the best years of his life, he has one more goal in front of him, the 2026 World Cup. Is it possible? Let's talk about a player who's been criminally overlooked. A player with a fascinating story that definitely deserves a Netflix documentary. Many of you know Vardy as one of those late bloomers who came out of nowhere to make a name for himself. Yet, technically, he burst onto the scene in the 2015-16 season when he was 29, not 30. But we'll make an exception because no Vardy, no party. Vardy is the true example of a person who can achieve truly amazing things if he shows grit, hard work, and believes in his dream unconditionally. He won the Premier League title in one of the most beautiful football stories of all time, when little old Leicester City overcame all odds to win the Premier League title in 2016. Notably, he scored in 11 consecutive Premier League games en route to the title, underscoring his incredible value to the Foxes. After turning 30, however, he didn't stop smashing the net. At 32, Vardy won the Premier League Golden Boot for the 2019-20 season, scoring 23 goals and proving he wasn't just a one-season wonder. Another brilliant moment for him came in 2021, when he led Leicester to their first FA Cup triumph, scoring in every round, and then won them the promotion back to the Premier League after Leicester had been relegated the season before. Let me tell you something. Did you know that after his first season at the Bernabeu, Luka Modric was on the brink of the exit door? However, after becoming a regular starter in the 2014-15 season at the age of 29, the Croatian maestro slowly and steadily became one of the best in the game. Between 2016 and 18, Modric helped Real Madrid to 3 consecutive Champions League titles, dictating the tempo of games with effortless class. Then, at the age of 32, he did the unthinkable. He led Croatia to the final of the 2018 World Cup, winning the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. His performances were so extraordinary that he ended the Messi-Ronaldo Ballon d'Or monopoly, becoming the first player in a decade to win the award. Now, before we finish, let us hear from you. Which of these stories is most inspiring? And do you see any current top stars getting remembered as a late bloomer? Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more similar content. If you want to watch something just like this, check out our upload on the skinny kid that became the ultimate beast in football, Adama Traore. See ya in the next one.